Hi survivors, this is me, Purple Zan, reporting to you. Today, you guys, the subject is the excessive crime everywhere, even in the suburbs, even in rural areas. I'm talking about the crime is off the roof. One of the locations where I have one of my properties, it's a gated community, and they send us out, like emails in regards to, when there's changes in the community and when there are things occurring. And this is like a really safe area. And this is one of the reasons why I purchased this property, because I was like, okay, we ever have to get out the city. We need somewhere safe to go to get away from crime. And, the dangers, all the dangers that come along being in the city, we can go here. And they've been sending out all types of notifications. I'm talking about $1 million homes in this area. And they've been sending out all types of notifications about the crime, how things are just coming up missing in their yard. I haven't got anything about a home invasion, but stating that things are just coming up missing. It's been a lot of thefts in that area. And in regards to the cities, the crime is excessive. All these different home evasions, all these car thefts, and then it's hard to get these things back. Here in New York City, I think it was like a month or so ago, this one guy, him and his brother were having an argument in Times Square, and he just started shooting at the brother. And y'all know how many people be up in Times Square. Times Square is the main tourist attraction here in New York City. Hundreds of thousands of people come daily to Times Square, in and out of there. And you have all these different businesses and things up. You have all this media conglomerate down there in Times Square. You have NBC News, you have ABC, you have ABC News, Channel 13, you have CNN right not too far beside it. You have all these different major businesses and corporations in Times Square. They shooting in Times Square. And this is not the only incident that occurred. I think 3 or 4 people got shot, even a child got shot. A mother got shot. And these were tourist people, who were the victims of these crimes. All in that area in Times Square, it's been nothing but crime. Nothing but crime. There's a lot of people there that's homeless. There's a lot of mental illness going on down there. These times and what's going on, people have lost it. I told you guys also the other day in Brooklyn, a lady threw her babies out the window. People are cracking up. People are going crazy. And so I'm here to report these things to you guys, so you guys will be vigilant and you would be watchful. And prepare and look out for your property, look out for your things, because we know the cost of everything is gone up. We can't afford to lose a grain of rice right now. We can't afford to lose a bean, let alone our cars or, something in our houses that's worth something, or something that may not be worth a lot that we may need, or even our lives, God forbid, or a life of our loved one, because of this excessive crime that's going on. I want to say the cities, but not only in the cities, in the suburbs and in the rural areas. It's something happened out here in Connecticut the other day. They found a mother and a daughter dead in their house. And this was like $1 million house. So it's going on everywhere. People are losing it. These are some troubling times that we are in. And it's only getting worse. And y'all know I'm a very optimistic person, but I'm a very realistic person. I have to look at this realistically and then tell you guys, realistically speaking. So we have to prepare, because it's only going to get worse. It's not going to get any better. Not anytime soon. With these prices being the way they are, this inflation, the value of the dollar is just decreased. Everything costs so much money, and so many people cannot go and get 2 and 3 jobs. I'm trying myself, and it's so complicated. A lot of our bodies won't allow it. A lot of our minds won't allow it. A lot of our monies won't allow it because you got to go from one job to get to another job. That costs money to do that. I know people who have had to turn down work because they can't get to work. You know how these jobs are. They want you to, get back and forth there, and they'll pay you in 2 weeks, or sometimes they put another week in the whole 3 weeks, or sometimes I had this one job. It was just, it was temporarily, but it was on the weekends, and they weren't issuing our money until a month later. Who can do that? You have to get there, you have to get back, you have to eat, especially when it's 8-hour shifts. You have to be able to hydrate yourself. And then this job was outside. So sometimes it'll rain, you have to have an umbrella. You have to have something to cover yourself. Y'all, it's getting really, 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 really bad. Well, it's bad already. And it's getting really, really worse. And I like, to inform you guys of things that I know and see and hear. Because a lot of us, we just look at the news or we see what's going on, but we just don't pay attention to it. I don't know if they call it shock syndrome and you just try to avoid it and put it in the back of your head, or just try to totally avoid it because you got all these other problems that you have to deal with. But y'all, these are things that we truly cannot avoid, because if we just deal with it straight ahead, and maybe we could prepare ourselves to avoid some of these things. Like maybe if you can afford to get some type of security at your home, or if you can't afford the monthly payments on those security systems, maybe you can get a dog. But you can't afford to take care of dogs, we know that's an expense as well. Maybe you can, get all the things from out of your yards and try to secure your doors and your windows some kind of way. You have to come up with a plan. I'm a solution type of person. Okay, so we see that's the problem. What's the solution? Because it seems like no matter where you go, unless you're way out somewhere in the country somewhere, and you don't have to experience those problems in crime. But even that, you still need to be watchful for somebody trying to come up on your property. It's just so much that's going on these days, and there's so much that we have to pay attention to and prepare for. It's just back to back, back to back, back to back, and that's why we have channels like this to inform you guys so you can properly prepare, and also inform your family members. Those who going out. I have family members that be in Uber all the time. I tell them, be careful with that Uber. I have family members, because these people that be driving these Uber cars, sometimes they be raping these girls. Sometimes they take people way out, God forbid. You're getting in the Uber, you make sure your phone, you have the GPS on your phone, and you put in the direction where you're going so you can make sure this driver is taking you to the right destination. I do it all the time. And then when they go off the route, I'm questioning it. What is your ETA? Which route are you taking? I said it in a polite way, but I said it aggressively where they know I'm watching. And I also make sure that you have somebody follow you. Uber have where where you can share the ride, where you can have somebody else, you can share where you're going with somebody else, a loved one, a friend, and they can watch while the driver is headed to the direction in which it's going in. I do it all the time with my kid and my family members and my brother, and let them know, where I'm going, so they'll know. And once you get to your destination, you need to call that person or call someone and say, okay, I've made it. And once you're about to leave that destination, you need to call them again. Even though you're sharing the ride, I don't care. Call them again. I'm leaving. This is the color of this car. Even though Uber inform you of that, but just in case, you always make sure you look at that license plate when that Uber ride up, and make sure it's the license plate that's on that app. They share this information with you, but you still need to tell your loved one, and you take a screenshot of that and you send it by way of text to your loved one. We have to help one another and inform each other. If in some ways you guys know how to be safe out here these days, whether it's protecting your home, protecting your yard, protecting your car, and that's another thing. They breaking into these cars, y'all. They stealing these cars. And the insurance company has been a problem with the insurance company. I heard this information from Full Spectrum as far as the insurance companies. I know I had problems with the insurance companies in the past with all those floods and hurricanes in Houston. A lot of people that I know and the clients that I work with have had problems with insurance companies when it comes to payout. A lot of those people who lost their homes in those floods, tornadoes, and hurricanes, the insurance people didn't even want to pay it out. Took years for them to get insurance money. By then, they were so deep in debt trying to do it on their own. So you guys stay vigilant, stay watchful, stay prayerful, stay prepped, and stay prepared, because this we're in for the fight of our lives. You guys keep surviving. SandHarrell.com.